Hey y'all, it's Anime K-Man, and today I'm going to be reviewing the 8th episode of Magic Girl Spec Asuka, and damn it, this episode was pretty damn good. I was like, oh. And let me explain why now. What this episode does great, it is just anything that has to do with characters, I gotta say. Because I like how this episode has a different change of pace, because usually in Magic Girl Spec Asuka, when there was a bad guy, it's usually a bad guy's like, "Mwahaha, we're evil because we're evil." But no, I like how the characters introduced in this episode, they're going to do bad things, but it's because their past have warped their minds to the extent that they think humanity is a piece of shit, because the bad guys pretty much in this episode is Geis and Chitazo, because in this episode we're introduced to Chitazo, how her father tried to have her work in a whorehouse. I mean, not a whorehouse, but try to work and do some whore work. And I was like, yo, that is some fucked up shit. And then we see this girl get domestically abused by being slapped in the face until she gets saved by Geis, which is one of the bad guys that works for a terrorist organization. But then as the episode develops, and then it gives us some backstory on Geis, where he was a boy from Somalia, where he was in a situation where these militant soldiers, these bad guys, soldiers, pretty much forced him in a situation where if you want to live, he had to kill his whole family. He raped his sister, and he's like, I had to do it to survive. And I was like, yo, that is some heavy shit. Until he got saved by the evil organization that's around in this series, and they pretty much gave him a new body and all that. And that right there is a great way of justifying why this boy works for that evil organization. So it did a good job of justifying that. It made me feel some sympathy for the character, even though what he's going to do is going to be some fucking evil shit. But at the very least, this episode did a good job of painting why the individual's like that. And then when he gives Chitazo her mechanical leg, because she lost it because this couple of drunk drivers crashed and she lost her leg and her mother. And then you see guys say all these sweet things and all of that, and then Chitazo's like, she would do anything for this Geis individual. I was like, you know what? It's justified. Even though what she's gonna do is wrong, just going by off her backstory, how everyone treated her like shit. Her own father treated her like shit. And the only person that loved her pretty much got killed in a car crash by these drunk drivers and only gonna get 2 years in jail at best. And some of them only got juvie. I was like, you know what? Yeah. This is understandable. I could see why Chitazo's like this. So it did a good job of developing these two villains, I gotta say. So props to Magic Girl Spec Asuka. This gives to show much more diversity in the personalities of characters. So that's why I thought it did great. And then it went even further because it helped characterize Kurumi. It showed off her dark streak where she's willing to do shady shit, like torture people so that Asuka wouldn't have to dirty her hands. And then when she's like, she'll do anything to make sure Asuka doesn't despair, that was sweet. And that kind of scared me though, because it feels like it's implying that there's going to be some Kurumi death flash, because you see that and then you see in the preview that Asuka's crying. I was like, no. Man, if Kurumi dies, that is going to be fucking sad. My goodness. So they did a good job of that too, but I don't know, I just feel like it's developing death flags for Kurumi. Don't spoil it, manga readers, I'm just saying. She's my second favorite character. My favorite is Asuka. So there's that. Did a good job of that. And after she tortured that chick, I was surprised she actually kept the promise giving her the arm back. That was pretty sweet of Kurumi. And then when she was all checking out Asuka, and then when they were practicing CPR on mannequins, and you see Asuka practicing, and then when Kurumi is like, I wish that were me, I was like, holy shit, I was thinking that, and then Kurumi just said it out in the open. But you know what? I think that is a pretty damn good written character. Like when you're familiar enough with the character in the show where you can predict what they're gonna say at times. And in that context, that shows that the character is pretty well written. Same with Asuka, so that was nice. So this episode had some nice humor. And then it went dark too in the proper moments, like when Asuka's sleeping and she has a PTSD episode where she's remembering how some of her teammates died. So in the Magical Girls, I was like, man, that sucks. Just to see some of the way they brutally died. Like one of these got like completely vaporized by this slime-looking decised creature, and I was like, yo. So I like that too, how you see her all worried and all that. And then it's like, oh, it just feels like this gives the show much more weight, narrative weight. It just keeps on making me want to root for Asuka. And then when Asuka's like, I'm going to protect Kurumi no matter what and all of her friends, I was like, that was such a beautiful line when Asuka said that. Making me appreciate that character even more. So that's why I felt this episode was amazing from the character standpoint. And I thought it was good from the story standpoint, because even though we didn't make major plot progression, we got to see Asuka in a breather episode. We got to see her bond with her friends, and I'd say that counts for a lot. We got to see Chitasu and Guys about to plan out their shit too. So I'd say plot progression was decent, and Chitasu got some payback against the people that accidentally killed her mother and caused her to lose her leg. So that was pretty cool. And I like the natural reaction, how after she killed the people that caused the death of her mother, she actually fainted. It makes it feel natural, because in some animes, when a character kills someone for the first time, they usually don't react. But this time, this chick does. So I like it. It makes this episode feel realistic to an extent. I mean, as realistic as a show with magic girls can feel. So that was pretty cool. And that's also thought I did well from the story standpoint. And while the animation wasn't strong, because let's just be real, it wasn't really that good. It was only like a few snippets here and there. But that's about it. On that, for the other scenes, the animation got the job done. Art was pretty nice, I gotta say. I love it. And the soundtrack was pretty good too. Good amount of variety. And that's why I'm gonna rate this episode an 8 out of 10. I thought it was pretty damn good for all the reasons I mentioned, and I'm gonna eagerly anticipate the next episode. So anyways, guys and gals, these are my thoughts on episode 8. Comment on your thoughts in the comment section below. Rate the video, subscribe, and I'll see you guys later. Subscribe for more, because I'm definitely popped up for next week. And man, I just hope Kurumi doesn't die. Oh my goodness. Alright, thank you so much for watching, everyone. Bye-bye. What am I saying? Ugh. I just barely woke up, so I'm kind of like, eh. So, I meant to say bye-bye. Alright, everyone. It's because, I kind of like twisted my tongue a little bit. Alright. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. Bye-bye.